Сейчас 2:10. Yep. All right. Hello again. Walking around Stockholm. Don't think I'm gonna do any running right now. My foot's kind of hurting. But I'm just gonna stroll about. My dad and my aunt are in this museum to the right that you can see, where they are looking at a big old ship. It's some ship that the Swedes built in the early 17th century, and what they did was they launched it, and it was a whole big deal. It was a big ship, it had 64 cannon and stuff, and they launched it, and it came out of the harbor and basically immediately keeled over and sank, like during the opening ceremony, pretty much. And then it was underwater for hundreds of years, I guess. And at some point, somebody dredged it up. They brought it up, spent a boatload of money restoring it, and now it is a big tourist attraction. And you can go and look at all the different, well, I don't know what. It's a ship. It's an old ship. So that's cool. I've deputized my dad to take a bunch of pictures and video, but I thought in the meantime, let me also see if I could explore the surrounding area a little bit. So I was advised that in this direction, there's essentially just some fancy residential area. So that looks very much to be the case. Looks very severe. Looks like people whose attitudes are probably still in the 19th century at latest live here. It's weird. It doesn't feel like the internet should be available in this area. It feels like it belongs to another time. I guess that's just Europe to a large degree. All newness feels more natural in America. New country. And I guess even more so in places like Sao Paulo, maybe. I've never been to South America. Looking forward to going in the future. Hopefully for the channel as well. Do a bunch of traveling. Run around every which way I can, you know? Any place that has ground to run on. It's a good place to run as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so here's the museum from the other side of this canal. Hesitate to call it a river. In this part, perhaps it widens elsewhere. All of this water, much of the water that you see around Stockholm, various parts of the city, I guess, is all connected somehow to this Lake Mälaren that we also saw in the video yesterday from Sigtuna, that small town that was near or on the site of the original capital of Sweden. Now it's just a tiny town of maybe 10,000 inhabitants. But apparently it's also only a couple miles east of where the great god Odin or as they pronounce it here, Uden, used to live back in the day. And before Ragnarok. I started reading about Ragnarok yesterday, about all of Norse mythology. I remembered how much I liked it growing up. It was always been my favorite pantheon. Is all the Norse gods, the Aesir, the Vanir, the wolf that eats the world, Fenrir. I really liked, I still like, actually, it's still my favorite, but I really like that the death of the gods is part of the myth, that the gods are very powerful and wise and all of that, but also somehow mortal, although, well, kind of a semi-mortal. When I was in college, Valkyrie Profile came out. I loved that game. The mood of it. It was so somber, almost funereal in tone. And a lot of it that came from the music, the overworld music that would play when you would fly around looking for, what is it, Einhaar, something like that. The warriors chosen by the Valhalla from the mortals to be, or by the Valkyries to go to Valhalla and wait there for the Ragnarok. And like in Wikipedia, the Wikipedia article says that in the stories, in the sagas, these warriors, they're doing one of two things. They're either training for Ragnarok, or when they're not training for Ragnarok, they're being served mead. So basically, just, Space Marines. All right. It's funny, I was just one of the first runs I did a couple of weeks ago for the channel, but also a place where I go pretty often when I run myself is a marina over in Jersey City, over in Liberty State Park. And now I'm back in a marina again. It's a very different skyline over here. No skyscrapers in the distance, no One World Trade. Instead, what looked to be like houses. I still haven't seen, I'm sure it exists. I'm sure that big parts of Stockholm are like this, but I still haven't seen a part of Stockholm that is like, just a place where there are restaurants and people are sitting, in warmer weather on the street and having some dinner, and there's a bar and people are hanging out. And it's like a comic book shop and the youthful crowd. There's gotta be something like that, right? Right? Please tell me there's something like that. Do. Do, 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 It's about 2 o'clock now. Like yesterday, the sun has not been out for a single moment. It's been like this the whole time. I will say that on the day that we came, there was sun. It was not warm and sunny, or not even sunny per se, but it was just sun with warm sky. I don't remember it myself, but I'm told that it was the case. And I believe it. But no, it doesn't. It's not. I wouldn't say that it feels super duper gloomy to me or anything. It just, it's kind of odd. Everything is this milky, dreamy atmosphere. It's basically like Silent Hill Royal Edition over here. The fog is extra heavy today too. When we were at the Milles Garden, the sculpture park of the Swedish sculptor Carl Milles. The park looks out over again some inlet of this lake. Lots of water everywhere here. And on the other side there are big cruise ships. I'll post a video of that too, so you could see, but if you haven't watched it. And there are some taller buildings, pretty rare actually, among, maybe they're even just smokestacks on the other side of the water. And you can only see, I can only see the first 15 floors of them, so the rest is just completely obscured by the fog. That was the Exodago. Truly supreme. Okay. The river is turning, and I will double back a little bit inland. I'm gonna go 1 block inland and then make my way back to the bridge where I crossed. I don't think that my dad and my aunt are gonna find a way to spend more than 40 minutes, maybe 50 minutes looking at an old boat. So I don't want to get too far away, as much as I would like to go on a 6-hour walkabout. That'll have to wait for another time. And anyway, there's only like 5 minutes of sun aura left. Light. Sun. Oh, look at that. Good place for a romantic duel at dawn. people do lock up their bikes. Oh, somewhere. Some people do. Yesterday we were in Uppsala, as well as Sigtuna, but I didn't have a battery to record in Uppsala, unfortunately. And there are a lot of bikes around, and you see that many people don't bother to lock them up at all. It's a college town, but college kids feel safe leaving their bikes. Bug box. Been about 15 minutes. Hopefully not quite out of battery yet. Yeah, kind of a boring neighborhood. No street life, no businesses, no coffee shops, bodegas. Pretty dead, reminds me. Yeah. Well, actually, I was gonna say Midtown, but it's much deader than Manhattan Midtown. No. Here we go. So we want to stay close to the river. We want to be able to get back pretty quickly. Is this the Ukrainian consulate? Unclear. Wow. Look at that, they're clearing the snow from the roof and they closed off the sidewalk to make it safe. Pizzerias. Sushi. Yeah, you do see a lot of sushi places. I was saying earlier that sushi adoption here is high. Yeah, it makes sense because it's a fish-loving country. They eat a ton of salmon, smoked salmon, gravlax. Had that, of course. Herring, prepared like a bazillion different ways. There's herring under a fur coat. There's pickled herring with mustard, with mayonnaise and cod roe in a wine sauce that is a bit of a misnomer because it's not actually alcoholic, I don't think. Those are just some of the flavors and ways. And then actually for Christmas, a traditional dish here is called something like Jensen's Temptation is what it translates to. And it's a baked dish of French fries cut potatoes in a creamy sauce. Heavy creamy sauce with anchovies, and I think maybe onions, maybe some other stuff, but anchovies is a big main element of the dish. I suppose we need to be careful because there is snow that may kill us. Ooh. My data. Lots of Teslas on the roads, but also, of course, lots of Audis, Volvos, Saabs, and then some cars that you don't see in America, some brands that you don't really see in America. Citroën, of course, Renault, or Peugeot, rather, Abarth, Skoda. Then Volkswagen. Again, remember the prices all need to be divided by about 11 to get US dollars. So you can see a ton of fish There's, including a row. About $50 a kilo, so 55 bucks a kilo rather. So, 28 bucks a pound or something, 25 bucks a pound. Meatballs. 8 bucks a pound. I suppose this is one of kind of maybe a little more pricier supermarket. Okay. I don't know why Google said that sunset here is at like 2:50. I don't think it's quite the case. It is right now 2:35. I think it is a little later. Connect with my phone without having cell data. Will it work over Bluetooth without cell data? To the camera, I'm gonna try. Actually, I have no idea whether it'll work or not. Oh, there's the bridge. Oh, it does work. That's handy. Okay, I have 10 minutes of battery left. Just about. I'm gonna cross over the bridge and walk a little bit in the other direction. Maybe there's supposed to be some more museums in that direction. It's kind of a museum area over there. So maybe we're just, I've just ended up on the Upper East Side probably, and that's why it looks so dry and reserved and dull over here. It's beautiful, but dull. Makes you want to be at a monster truck rally. Makes me want to be at a monster truck rally. Maybe you're watching this and you're like, that's crazy. I love it. In which case, I'm glad you're enjoying this video. Thank you for watching. little cards rotating on the wire speed. I don't know if you can see them. If you can see them, maybe they show the strength of the wind. I really don't know. Here's some French. Alright, I'm going to take this opportunity to swap the battery out, I think. And then, yeah, maybe I'll record a little more. Walking in the other direction. Yeah, we're at 7%. So, I'll see you next time.